Welcome to Keto is the Worst, where we believe that if done properly, a ketogenic diet is not only healthy, but it is sustainable long term and not at all restrictive. So today I am making one of my favorites. It is a garlic parmesan wing recipe that I got from Buffalo Wild Wings when that used to be my cheat meal. And today we're gonna make it a little bit differently, but it's gonna come out pretty good. And yeah, that is about it. Should I tell you what we need? We're gonna need some wings. Of course, we're going to need some Parmesan, some garlic. I use 3 types of garlic: the garlic powder, garlic paste, and crushed up garlic. So it's like a triple garlic wing. Some butter. This one is going to use some liquid smoke. I'm putting these in the oven, but that liquid smoke gives you a little nice flavor, but that's completely optional. But that is it, so let's just make it, and we can go down here now. So to start these wings off, I'm using a baking rack, and this is just for easier cleaning that I'm going to line it with aluminum foil on the bottom. Now I'm just washing off these chicken wings, and then I'm going to line them up along this baking rack. The reason I am using a baking rack is because if you don't, then the fat will kind of leak off and your chicken wings will sit in it and your skin will not get crispy. So by using a baking rack, the heat can get under, it won't sit in its own pool, and it will crisp up. This next step is the optional step, but you can either do both, one or none. I am melting about a half stick of butter, and then I will mix it with the liquid smoke and brush them on these wings. But you can do either version. You can do it without this step, or you can do it butter only, or you can do both if you do have the liquid smoke. I didn't really taste this, and I can't taste it now because I already touched the raw chicken, but just going based off of color, I think I wanted a little bit more, so I'm putting a half a teaspoon more of the liquid smoke, and we're going to finish brushing this off. Now it is time to season, and if you watch enough of my videos, you will see that I usually season with the same stuff: salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Usually when I put stuff in the oven, I'll use smoked paprika, but because I'm using liquid smoke, I am not going to use that. So if you want, replace the liquid smoke with smoked paprika. And I am going to top these with some cayenne pepper for a little bit of heat. A little note: if you sprinkle from high, you can control how much you put, and because you should be careful with cayenne pepper, you don't want to put too much and destroy your mouth. I don't know if you noticed this, but I did put skin side down because now it's time to flip, and this is the better side, I believe. And this is the one that we want to put in the oven for the longest so it can crisp up, and this will be the picture perfect side. And once we flip, we're going to brush with the butter and liquid smoke, season again, and we are ready for the oven. I apologize, I did speed right past it, but I did pat these wings dry with a paper towel, and if you do want crispier wings, you should not skip this step. And once you are done with all the seasoning, we are ready to place these into a oven at 350 for about 45 to 50 minutes. This next step is starting off with the garlic parmesan sauce. We're going to start with a half a stick of butter and melt that in the microwave for a little bit less than 30 seconds. You don't want this to explode or get too hot. It's just enough for you to stir it in. The next part of garlic parmesan is parmesan, and this is where I'm grating in about half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I am trying to practice on the measurements and getting the timing and all this right, so you do see me use a scale, but in the end it just goes with a half a cup, and you will see that I'm putting this to the side so I can top it off later once the wings are done. Now stir it all up, and let me tell you, the amount of detective work I had to do just to find out what ingredients I'm using and the sizes is ridiculous, because for some reason I do not feel like talking on camera, and now I have to zoom in and scale and refresh or whatever just to look at these measurements. So what it is red pepper flakes, it is parsley, thyme, and oregano. It is about half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes and about a teaspoon of parsley, half of thyme, and 1.5 of oregano. All of that now gets stirred up and combined. Then follow that up with about 2 teaspoons of garlic paste. Like I said before, I am using 3 types of garlic, but it is up to you. You can use 1 or 2 or whatever you have. It's not a deal breaker, but because I have it, I am going to use it. I apologize for this next part because apparently when I concentrate on peeling garlic, I can't talk as fast anymore, but...
Now the reason I want to do this on the stove is because when you put it in the oven it gets mushy, and I actually want just like some garlic chunks on this. So that is why I'm going to dice these and then put it in.
The reason I say that is because in some recipes that you find, you can put a few cloves of garlic in aluminum foil, put some olive oil, wrap it up tightly and put it in the oven, and then you'll get a roasted garlic, and then you put that into your sauce, and that's a different kind of flavor. But for this video, I am going to heat up some olive oil and let those crushed up garlic pieces simmer in it for a bit, and then put it back into the sauce. By the way, for measurement reasons, that was 4 cloves of garlic, and I just added some salt and pepper to taste. How hot you want to put your olive oil is going to depend on how crunchy or soft you want your garlic. If you want the olive oil to really soak in that garlic flavor, put it at a lower temperature, but if you want crispy garlic in your sauce, then put it at a higher temperature so they can fry up. Once that's done, you're going to put that oil combo in the sauce that is on standby. Mix that up and make sure to give it a taste and make sure you're ready. But we're about to take out these wings. What is that noise? Is that the oil still frying? Let's listen. Okay, it seems to slow down. By the look on my face, you can tell that I take my wings very seriously. But I mean, just look at that color. You see, this came out perfect with that little crisp, and that's partially due to the liquid smoke and the butter combination that really crisped these up. Bad thing is that it looks like they only got tanned on one side, like if they forgot to spray tan the other side. So I'm just gonna flip these and put them back in so they can get a little bit darker, and then we'll be done. Right now I'm putting about half into a bowl where I'm gonna mix it up and shake it, and then the other half of these wings will be for tomorrow. Put about half of the sauce into this mixing bowl, and then with this lid I'm gonna shake it up. You can use any pan that you have and just toss them in this sauce. And that is about it. It is time to plate up. I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese here. Add a little bit extra sauce from the mixing bowl that got left and a little bit of a drizzle. And there you have it, Parmesan garlic wings. I'm gonna clean off this table so I can take a few pictures, but I'm about ready to dig in.
This is amazing. I'm just gonna keep eating because this is, it's always where it's at, bro. Well, so you see, those are one of my favorite wings. I did do a lot more damage off camera, but I do hope you try it. And if you are interested in learning how a ketogenic diet can work for you and your long-term weight loss and maintenance goals, consider subscribing down below or checking out my Instagram and maybe even my website where I put this all together at ketostheworst.com. And I hope you stick with me on this journey as I learn more about the science behind keto and more recipes and the meal plans that are going to keep me committed to this long term. So I will see you next time in the next video. Thanks for watching. Now, would you like to come with me? Come with